Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarQives, the KarQ Archives, my second channel where I put whatever and whenever I want, all from my stream at twitch.tv/KarQ. Today, we have experimental patch notes on, so what day is today? June 24th, it says it right here. So that means it's not live yet. It's experimental, but as we know, most things in experimental do end up going live. The live version of the patch notes I'll cover on the main channel in a YouTube short, which I've been doing lately. So let's talk. What is Blizzard trying to accomplish and do here? It looks like Hitscan Nerfs coming in across the board on all Hitscan heroes. Most of them. Like people like, Sombra and Reaper are Hitscans because it's instantaneous registration of the bullet. But these are more like the traditional Hitscans. I mean, Ball kind of like follows that same suit. I'm surprised Ball's here, but not like the other heroes. But anyways, what they're doing now is they're going to scale down the Hitscan damage scales to 30% of maximum fall. Now scales to 30% at maximum fall off range, down from 50% for the following heroes. Ashe, Bap, Bastion, McCree, Soldier, Widow, Wrecking Ball. So what does this mean? Mathematically, for those who don't know, each hero in Overwatch has a specific distance or range from where they aim to the enemy target where the damage will start doing less and less. Because it's really OP if you had like, you know, McCree do 70 for a body shot across the map on Junkertown. Like it scales down. So a body shot from McCree does 70 damage, for example. I think his fall off maximum range is 40 meters. I'm correct. But the number's not important there. What's important is that previously that means the 70% or 70 damage for a McCree body shot would do 50% less at long ranges, which means each body shot from McCree does 35. However, they're nerfing hit scans basically in the way that if they're past that same distance, instead of it doing 35 damage, it's now going to do even less. 30% of 70. Somebody do the quick maths for me. It's going to do 21 damage. So instead of doing 35, it's going to do 21 damage at long range if we're using the McCree body shot example. So that's going to scale across all these hit scans. Basics, in short, hit scans suck at longer ranges, making people like Pharah and Echo stronger because they fly really high in the sky in the distances for the most part. And those heroes don't have any fall off damage. Like a Pharah rocket will always do 120 no matter where she shoots it from. There's no fall off damage for those heroes. But these hit scans all have fall off damage, and now they do less at long distances. It looks like because they're nerfing these across the board, it looks like they're going to tweak them each hero individually. So Bastion, we're actually going to make Bastion's configuration recon. That's his standing running mode, by the way. More reliable to help strengthen his run and gun gameplay when moving between spots he wants to post up with eventually with the turret form sentry. Basically, he'll have less weapon spread when he's not in turret form, because most Bastions don't really play in the run and gun part, but it just makes him a bit stronger there. So it's a net buff. D.Va, no longer building ultimate charge in the window of time between using self-destruct and when it detonates. Is targeted at Echo's duplicate ability when copying D.Va. Echo's accelerated ultimate charge enabled her to have Call Mech available before self-destruct explosion went off, making it very difficult for enemies to find a safe place to hide. Okay. That's the note. The comment is regarding the second line here. No longer builds ultimate charge while using self-destruct until after a mech detonates. And then the Call Mech, we all know, does 250 damage now. The range is reduced. Okay, sure. This is barely touched. So basically what this line means and what the comment means is that Echo, you know Echo has accelerated ult charge. When Echo's cloned D.Va, every time she's bombed, you know when you throw the bomb, you have 4 seconds before it explodes, and she could fire her pistol for a little bit while she waits for it to explode. So basically what would happen is she would literally throw a bomb, she would pistol people, but the accelerated rate allowed her to re-mech before before the bomb exploded. Or maybe, was it before? But anyways, you just built it up that fast, and then the threat of the remech was immediate, and then you would do the whole like call mech damage on an enemy, and then you can just build up another one. So they're just nerfing that. Very niche situations. It's not gonna like make D.Va like any significantly worse. This is fine. Very rare situations, but when it did happen, it was annoying, so they're just touching that up. Soldier, this will make tactical visor more effective than just aim assist. His damage fall off is now disabled when tac visor is active, so that rebuffs and compensates for the overall hit scan nerfs for the fall off damage. Visor removes fall off damage. That's actually kind of nice. It's a nice buff. It makes Visor a decent ultimate in that capacity, because normally the way Overwatch is 5 years later after the game's come out, Visor is not that scary, at least not in the higher elos. Maybe you guys on the Nintendo Switch and Bronze are having trouble with tactical visors, but most high level players don't really have a problem with Visor, because number one, there's natural cover. Number two, we know how to play around shields and defense matrix and all that kind of stuff. And at the highest levels, because Visor can't headshot, if you're a godlike soldier versus soldier and that guy visors, but you don't, and you know how to headshot, you just win the duel sometimes. It just made tactical visor just shittier as people learned how to counter it. So this is actually a nice change. Shots fired at console, a little bit. And then the final thing they're going to change is Widowmaker. We're adjusting Widowmaker's optimal range to be slightly further out. Widow's Kiss, the damage fall off range increased to 70 to 100 from 60 to 85. For Widowmaker, the sniper beam fall off is mainly in place to restrict the lethality of mid-air grapple shots at extreme distances on some maps. So they're nerfing overall hit scans, but they're buffing Widowmaker, so the fall off is actually further. 100 meters is long as shit, by the way, just so you know. This, like, people didn't really notice this because you would barely ever get sniped from this kind of range, but 100 meters is actually far. Like, far. Think like the end of Junkertown and Havana spot, third point, that's all within the range. There's no fall off there. The only thing I can think of for 100 meters might be Ilios Ruins, from the top of like the thingy on their side to the opposite side. I did a video on ability ranges, if you guys haven't seen that, on the main channel. I know some of you guys are watching this on the KarQ, called Ability Hitbox for Every Hero. It looks like this. If you guys haven't seen this, it's this video. If I skip to Widowmaker, 99 for a body. I have like, there's actually the code from Cactus Puppy here. It's in the description. Should be in the description at least. Or it's in this document. All the workshop people, yeah, it's probably here, right? Visualizer handbook. Okay, so if you guys want to quickly check what 100 meters looks like for Widowmaker, just scroll down here. It's in alphabetical order, Widowmaker and categorized. Hitscan fall off tool by Cactus Puppy. This code, okay? And you're going to go in over here, then you're going to set your two markers, and you can see the distance, 68 meters. This one was 68 meters. You guys see this shit? Oh, sorry. 68 meters was like this part of Junkertown to this sniping spot, as an example. So that's totally fine. Havana, marking those two spots. I think I marked it here. Yeah, this part of Ilios Ruins to the other part is 82. Yeah, I marked it here. Or 89. Oh, I noted it. 89 meters from end to end of Ilios Ruins. So in this context, in the previous version, you would actually lose the headshot capability. But now you can actually snipe from end to end from there, as an example of the change this would imply. But for the most part, most people won't really notice this. The fall off range is already long enough that it won't make too much of a difference. Just some niche situations. And that seems to be the experimental patch notes. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and catch some more content here. More casual content. If you guys are longing for some stuff from me that's not on the main channel. Peace.